What is up, guys? Dashing here for of Community Universe Mode and edition number 135 of Saturday Night Genesis. Of course, will be our new day for Genesis as a part of the new, which started earlier this week, NGW, now on Tuesdays. Excuse me for a moment. Got a little bit of a scratch on my nose. Struggle is hashtag real. But what up, guys? What up, Hellish Hardline, Goat, Soul, Quincy, Topher? Big night for eFeds. Had the premiere of Unite. COH has a pay-per-view, and TCW is on. So, doubt we're going to have a lot of people in here. But what are you going to do? The show must go on, as I say. It'll probably be tomorrow, Hellish, because it's already pretty late. Yeah, I'll probably do it tomorrow after Cop does Unmatched and Ferocity. But right here, right now, we do have an action-packed card, as always. And we are kicking things off as John Reed is set to go one-on-one with Josh Wolford, perhaps more accurately, Fenrir, who has seemingly now fully taken over Josh Wolf's body or vessel. There was Dumble. But I took the week break, so kind of got lost in the shuffle there. You probably saw it, but then forgot about it. But a pay-per-view worthy matchup to get things started in a show that, quite honestly, has a lot of potential show stealers. We've got Brody Howell, the brand new international champion, taking on Matsuda Tanaka. We've got No Fun Martini against Alpha World Champion Chris Andrews. We've got The Forsaken taking on the new World Tag Team Champions, the ATL. And in the main event, well, we were supposed to be seeing Reese Ortiz versus Brett Angel. Now it's going to be Reese Ortiz versus Jules Air. We'll talk about exactly why that is later on. But this, of course, is the, believe it or not, I know it's not going to feel like it, this is the fallout of Purgatory. And we are just 3 weeks away. 3 weeks away. 3 shows, including this one, from the grandest stage of them all, the show of shows, Ascendant 6. 3 weeks away. August 11th, 12th, and 13th. And of course, the card is already stacked from top to bottom, and even still, there's more matches to be announced. Gumble dropping that one fat viewer to go from 6 up to 14 all of a sudden. That was a pretty big jump. Somebody must have just hosted me with a decent number. It doesn't show, hosts don't pop up anymore when people host you. So I never see who hosts me. But there's John Reed, of course, coming off of his Purgatory loss to Crazy J, and the fight that they had. A fight that John Reed was, quite honestly, from an unbiased standpoint, dominating, but Crazy J came back late to knock John Reed out, among a lot of controversy from, well, John Reed himself and a decent chunk of the CM universe, saying that it should not have been called the knockout. Didn't really seem that way, but a lot of other people saying it was a shot to the liver. John Reed was out, but John Reed says he definitely was not, and was so upset about the decision that he snapped and has officially accepted Crazy J's challenge to a match at Ascendant 6. So what's going to happen? John Reed, Crazy J one-on-one, an official matchup, which of course is what Crazy J's been wanting for months, attacking John Reed again and again and again. But Crazy J is not here tonight, so hopefully John Reed will finally get it. I don't think John Reed's had a match in quite a while, because of Crazy J. Diamond, you little sexy boy. Bateman, Diamond and Bateman coming in at the same time. Really gets my really gets my, what's that saying? Something about rocks I'm trying to remember right now, but I can't. Gets my rocks off? Is that? I think that's it. My rocks. You really get my rocks off, Bateman. But here he comes, of course. The man formerly known as Josh Wolf. But more accurate way to now describe him would be as Fenrir. This is not the Josh Wolf we once knew. This is, since the start of, even really the end of last season, we saw the little cracks begin to show. And all season long, he's been pushed and pushed back into a corner, and finally he snapped. This is not the Josh Wolf we all know and love, not anymore, but perhaps this is exactly what he needed to happen in order to carry him into the main event of Ascendant 6, where, of course, he will challenge Chris Andrews for the Alpha World title in a 30-minute no-DQ Iron Man match. Josh Wolf has beaten Britt before. The one time they ever fought one-on-one, Wolf defeated Britt, but Wolf has never been in an Iron Man match. Britt has been in 2, and he won both of them. Not to mention come Ascendance in 3 weeks. Britt will have held the Alpha World title for 5 months, the longest reigning champion of all time. That is quite a glare there. Genuinely terrifying. Well, here we go. This should definitely be an interesting opening matchup. Former Anarchy champion John Reed. Got to see if there'll be a bit of an interesting handshake between the two. But you know what? I'm not really all that surprised, because both these guys have had a very similar trajectory this season, where their inner demons, if you will, have kind of taken them over. So, you know, the, I forget his name. Is it what's his name? It's a demon that has taken over John Reed. I don't remember his name. And, of course, Fenrir has enveloped Josh Wolf. So maybe both these guys are recognizing that they share a similar, I don't want to call it a struggle, because I don't think either of them are really struggling with it, but a similar path. Well, brought up to a vertical base now, and John Reed, it seems as though these past few months he's kind of become himself again. But we'll see if that's a good thing or not here against Josh Wolf. Josh Wolf starting things off strong with 2 vertical suplexes in a row, and then a fisherman looking really nice there. There you go, Josh Wolf reeling him right into a swinging a neck breaker. John Reed to bounce right back up to a seat. Both these guys got big matches at Ascendant 6. John Reed and Crazy J, Josh Wolf and Chris Andrews, and I don't want to say that this is a first-time matchup, because I feel like they have fought before, but ooh, how about that, Big Boot? Some serious aggression shown by the Fallen Angel with that one. Then a beautiful knee drop as well, executed precisely, stomped to the face, and now John Reed sizing up Josh Wolf into the side of the head, into a neck breaker. Bit of a reality check delivered to Josh Wolf. Imagine if John Reed can knock off Josh Wolf. That would do wonders for him, especially, like I said, I was going to wonder if there might be a bit of ring rust on Reed, because he hasn't competed in so long, because Crazy J kept attacking him. And he can keep up with Josh Wolf, who desperately needs as many wins as he can possibly muster. And these next 3 weeks, these next 2 shows after this episode tonight. Of course, we know that next week, guys, Tim LaFave will return to action on Genesis. And as voted by the CMV Universe, a poll on our Twitter, I think over 40 people voted, he will be taking on none other than Xander Slate in his return matchup, beating out Randy Orton and Alpha World Champion Chris Andrews, surprisingly. Big old smash into the turnbuckles, then a power slam by Josh Wolf, showing off his strength. Into the pin he goes. Will that be enough to knock off Reed here? No, it will not. Only a 1 count. A lot of people have been very vocal about Tim LaFave's return, but perhaps the most vocal has been Josh Wolf, or rather Fenrir, pointing out how Tim LaFave abandoned Wolf like everybody else has. You saw how Josh Wolf countered John Reed's super kick, another neck breaker, and now John Reed might be in big trouble. Fenrir is looking for the DDT and some serious impact behind that one. Perhaps one of the best I've ever seen Wolf hit. Stomp down onto the lower back, and keep in mind Josh Wolf in action starting off the show, but Alpha World Champion Chris Andrews will be in action later on tonight, taking on No Fun Martini. After a lion salt, Josh Wolf looks to seal the deal. Goes for the jaws maybe, but John Reed has him well scouted. Obviously did his homework. The former Anarchy champion counters with a reverse DDT. Now a stomp down onto the face, and again going to look to deliver a reality check, and I certainly think that Josh Wolf needs one. Cheeky little jab there by Reed, and there's that vintage super kick from the Fallen Angel coming out of nowhere, but unfortunately for him, he cannot make it to the pin to try to finish things off, collapsing out of lack of energy. Nothing left in the tank. Now Josh Wolf desperately tries to get back up to a vertical base. Wolf can really not afford these kind of losses heading into Ascendant 6. All the losses he's taken, already the past couple of months, making a lot of people question whether or not he deserves to be in the main event of Ascendance. Of course, the hashtag No Confidence campaign being the main chunk of folks, in the locker room and in the CM universe that don't believe it should be Wolf in the main event of Ascendant 6. The likes of Xander Slate, Randy Borton, Reese Ortiz, Kevin Silva, even a couple more people have been jumping on the No Confidence campaign lately. Surprisingly, a couple people have come out of the woodwork to defend, maybe not defend Josh Wolf, but defend General Manager Castle Fade. You saw Markentel speak up against No Confidence. You saw No Fun Martini, I thought was probably the most interesting, came out of nowhere to defend Castle Fave, the party policeman, firing back at the hashtag No Confidence campaign. But at a count of 6, John Reed, after a knee to the face, going to bring this fight back into the ring. Of course, speaking of Markentel, he's in action, guys, up next here on Genesis in the final Money in the Bank ladder match qualifier. He'll be battling the returning Joey Bacon. There's one more spot left for Money in the Bank at Ascendant 6. Of course, 6 men currently announced. Oh, wait a minute! John Reed suddenly looks to finish things off. Has had just about enough, I guess. The fall hit perfectly, and perhaps it'll be enough. 1, 2. No, that would have been a big win for John Reed, but Joshua pulls through. The spirit of Fenrir keeps him hanging on for now, but John Reed is still in control. Wrong time to talk there. What might have been the last opening for Josh to try and come back in this matchup, but instead he just pretty much handed over the steering wheel to the Fallen Angel. As I was saying, those 6 men have qualified for Money in the Bank, or rather, 4 have qualified, 2 have been announced. We know that El Jefe, No Fun Martini, Kevin Silva, Jaquan Shea all qualified. Sam Valentine and Tim LaFave have been announced. And it'll be either Markentel or Joey Bacon joining them to finish the lineup. You see Josh Wolf rally a bit of a comeback. Still has the support of some members in the CM universe. Oh, old school John Reed paying homage to, well, probably not, the Bloody Brit. And now John Reed decides to take a moment, praying to those inner demons of his to keep him going, deliver him the victory here, and he just might be on the doorstep of a colossal win. Rolling cutter into the pin. Luckily, Wolf got a rope break, but he's not going to be lucky for very long. Going again for the fall, but Joshua was ready this time. Unfortunately, he cannot capitalize on making the reversal. Josh Wolfman desperately trying to combat John Reed in this matchup, trying his best to hang with the Fallen Angel, but it seems like he's having a tough time, even with Fenrir taking over. John Reed is looking very, very good. Crazy J has gotten under his skin, and John Reed wants to get this huge win. Show Crazy J that he's ready for him at Ascendant 6. Another super kick. That alone might be enough to do it, guys. 1, 2, 3. Oh my God, how close was that? But you gotta believe if John Reed hits another fall, it will get him the 3 count. That's exactly what he's gonna try to do right here. There it is. Again, the fall. If Josh Wolf loses this match, man, there are already so many question marks about him being in the main event of Ascendant 6. This will just reinforce a lot of opinions, but still he manages to kick out. Win or lose at this point, I am very impressed with John Reed, but it looks, well, if it keeps up as it has been, John Reed is no doubt going to walk out with the victory. And this is exactly what I've been talking about for these past few months, man. Josh Wolf keeps going in these matches that mean nothing. And I don't know what kind of condition he's going to be in come Ascendant 6. He should be saving himself for the Bloody Brit and that 30-minute no DQ Iron Man match for the Outworld title. Instead, he keeps putting on these bangers, during these nothing matches. Wait a minute. Is John Reed about to hit wait a minute, a fall from the top rope? A fall from the High Red District. Incredible. Josh Wolf has been murdered. Motionless. Bang, bang. Big Don Bishop fan. And another super kick. The top rope fall apparently wasn't enough. And the super kick apparently still isn't enough. Now gonna go for an air raid siren neck breaker. My God. Wolf is being dissected and a third fall. Josh Wolf has just been killed. Wow. There's no way. It's over. 1, 2, 3. Are you kidding me? Did Josh Wolf just kick out of a... Hang on. John Reed hit him with a top rope fall, a super kick, an air raid siren neckbreaker, and a third standard fall, and Wolf still kicked out. I like how Wolf goes for like a cheeky little pin right there, hoping to get the 3 count off a leg sweep. Now Wolf goes up high. You never see Wolf go off the top rope. Elbow drop to the lower back. This is incredible. The spirit of Fenrir will not die. It's only a matter of time, though. Wolf cannot survive much longer. I keep saying that. A sudden knee face breaker. Maybe that'll do it. Nope. Elbow drop down onto the top of the head. John Reed continues to maintain control, and that's exactly what Josh Wolf has to figure out a way to stop. John Reed has been dominating, man. Wolf's literally just been hanging on for dear life. He's surviving. You can't just keep surviving. Wolf actually has to hit something and win the match. Couple punches to the back of the head. Wolf says, I've finally had enough. Elbow to the side of the head. Another massive DDT. Hooks the leg there. That should be a rope break. Looks like a rope break. Yep. Good call by referee Perry White. Every time Josh Wolf gets the upper hand, man, every time he gets in control, John Reed just takes it right back. Not allowing for Josh to really build any sort of offense. Massive small package driver. Well, we're not getting Red Angel tonight, so John Reed giving us a little bit of the Angel repertoire. Oh my God, now Jesus, man. Falling pile driver. Josh, for your own good, my dude. You need to preserve yourself for us. Why are you going so all out for a nothing match? Josh was always in a very prideful person, but look at that. Woo! Fenrir coming out. The jaws beginning to show. Perhaps a second wind. The hell is he doing here? Knee right down the line. 1, 2. Only a 2 count, though. Oh! And Wolf again. Another DDT. Considerably less impact on that one, however. Still delivering a lot of damage. If Wolf somehow comes back to win this matchup, I will be astonished. 1, 2, 3. Wow. Wow. Josh Wolf just survived an onslaught, hitting another one of his signature DDTs to knock off John Reed. Nothing should be taken away from Reed there. What a performance by the Fallen Angel, but somehow Wolf survives and edges out that win. I don't know how. What's up, Mark? Didn't see you come in here. You just missed the first match. What a match it was, though. Oh, man. John Reed just dominated the #1 contender for the Alpha World Championship, but at the end of the day, Josh Wolf won, and it's a win he needed desperately. I hope Chris Andrews is ready for Wolf, man. After that performance, it seems like Josh is ready for Ascendant 6. Classic that was. 4.5 stars. I'd say 4.5 stars. I'd give it 4 stars. I wouldn't say 4.5. I wouldn't go that far. 4 stars I'd give it, though. Love Joey Bacon's face. This should definitely be an interesting matchup here, guys. Up next on Genesis number 135, it is our final Money in the Bank qualifier. At Ascendant 6, we know Genesis will host its Money in the Bank ladder match. The Fallout pay-per-view of Ascendant 6 being Battle Scar Score. Will Fusion will have their Money in the Bank ladder match. But so far, qualifying El Jefe, who is in the corner of Joey Bacon here in this one. No Fun Martini, Kevin Silva and Jaquan Shea, Sam Valentine, and Tim LaFave have been announced for the matchup. And now, who will be the 7th and final man? Will it be the Big Red Machine, Mercantile, or will it be the returning Big Ham, Joey Bacon? We have not seen it in quite a while after suffering an injury at the hands of Brody Halleck about a month and a half ago. It would definitely be interesting to see Bacon in a Money in the Bank ladder matchup. Will he join his vintage tag team partner? See if they can maybe work together. I can't imagine Joey Bacon. It's going to be like Big Show in the Money in the Bank ladder match. Going to have his own custom ladder filled with hamburger designs all over it. Well, of the current Money in the Bank ladder match lineup, the only man who has prior experience is Tim LaFave, who's competed in one Money in the Bank ladder match before 2 years ago at Battle Scars 2. The other members have had a ladder match experience, but never been in a Money in the Bank. El Jefe's been in a ladder match. I think he was in a 6-man at some point, like a 6-man, maybe light heavyweight championship #1 contender match, I recall. I want to say Jaquan Shea has had a ladder match. I'm not sure on that, though. I do know Sam Valentine has had plenty of experience, and he's probably had, I think he's had 2. He had a ladder match at last year's, I want to say it was Dark Carnival. He was actually in a triple threat with Bannon and Chris Andrews. And then last year's Battle Scars, he was in a Fatal 4-Way ladder match. And if Mercantile is victorious here, he has previously competed in a Money in the Bank ladder match. Actually, last year's Battle Scars as well, he was a part of the Genesis Money in the Bank ladder match. Of course, he's got his Monsters tag team partner, Guri Sukhanov, accompanying him. Guri set for battle at Ascendant 6, taking on Damien in a Monsters Ball match, a rematch from their inter-promotional bout at Homecoming 3. Sorry about that. Get a quick drink of the water. And here they come. The first annual X-Gen Classic winners, Vintage. However, it is Joey Bacon who's in action in this one, as El Jefe has already qualified. He defeated Reese Ortiz to make his way into Money in the Bank. Will his 7-foot-tall, 500-pound friend join the lineup? We are about to find out. I mean, no matter who wins this matchup, either Mark Cantel or Joe Bacon, they're going to change the landscape of Money in the Bank. Because so far in there, you got El Jefe, No Fun Martini, Kevin Silva, Shaquan Chase, Sam Valentine, Tim Slave, all regularly sized. I mean, you got El Jefe's a high flyer. I'd say Shaquan Chase is a high flyer. Then you've got just like well-rounded competitors like No Fun Martini and Kevin Silva. And then more mat-based competitors like Sam Valentine and Tim LaFave. So whoever wins this matchup, I'd say is going to have a big advantage going to Money in the Bank, as they'll have to take significantly less steps up the ladder in order to get to the top and try to unhook the briefcase. And obviously they'll be able to throw their weight around. They'll be the strongest man in the matchup. Right out of the gate, Joey Bacon happy to be back after a month and a half on the shelf, thanks to our international champion, Brody Halleck, who is in action up next. His first night, as champion since winning the title from, well, not just winning, destroying Dallas Steel at Purgatory to become the new champion. Going to be facing, perhaps, I think, personally, his toughest challenge yet in Matsuda Tanaka. Mark Cantel escaping a dragon sleeper. You don't want to be caught under the armpit of Joey Bacon for very long. Something tells me he might pass out after a couple more seconds. Mark Cantel would have been out of it. He would have been done. Both kooky. Got to keep our eyes on both Yuri Sokolov and El Jefe in this matchup. Hopefully they don't get involved and we have a clear winner between these two. Mark Cantel, of course, a former Anarchy champion. He's been talking all season long about how he is going to end this season as Alpha World Champion. I talked earlier about how he kind of fired back at the hashtag No Confidence campaign. He said that all of them are just, old timers or, newbies who don't deserve anything and are crying about it because they're not being handed stuff. And says that he's the only person who deserves to be a world champion and that he will be by the time we are all done this season. Watch out, referee Perry White. Don't want to get caught between these two. Ooh, Mark Cantel. Nice backbreaker there. And Big Red ain't done either. Rebounding body splash. Surprised he didn't go bouncing off Bacon's body up through the roof into orbit. Look at that now. Going for perhaps a choke slam. Mark Cantel escapes, though, and a swift kick to the gut. That's going to prompt Mark Cantel to try to finish things off, but a rope break saves Bacon for now. Going for a rake of the eyes. Dirty, dirty heel tactics. Mark Cantel's never been afraid to get his hands dirty, though. Look at this now. What a show of power by the true Dark Lord. A CMV veteran. If Mark Cantel does not win this matchup, oh my God, look at that. Woo! And Joey Bacon counters it as well. Just Mark Cantel getting Bacon up to a powerbomb position is incredible enough, though. As I was going to say, though, if Mark Cantel does not win this matchup at Ascendance, the only spot that'll be left for him, look at that. Now that is some power. You touched on how Bacon, last season was a lot fatter. Coming into this season, he got jacked. Spent the little bit of off time, those 2 weeks between seasons, hitting the gym, because he came back actually pretty shedded. Shedded? Yeah, he shed. He didn't shed a lot of weight. Oh my God! Now look at Mark Cantel, gonna go for that powerbomb again. This time he gets it. Joey Bacon not looking too hot. I don't know that Bacon really ever looks too hot, though. And what is Mark Cantel doing here? Big Red stalking Joey Bacon like a wild animal, ready to pounce on its prey. Bullhammer by Mark Cantel. 1, 2. no, just a 2 count, though. The bullhammer out of nowhere, not going to be enough to get Marcantel into Money in the Bank, not just yet. See if he can stay in control, though. Continue to wear down Bacon, or will Bacon make a comeback? He looks to right here. Marcantel getting up to his feet, perhaps not aware really of where he is. Trying to go after El Jefe. Of course, Marcantel and El Jefe have a bit of a history this season. Oh my God. Marcantel is getting launched like a ragdoll, nearly out of the ring with that seatbelt belly-to-belly suplex. And Bacon going for a jumping cutter. That's not something you see every day. Continuing to counter each other back and forth. A Money in the Bank spot on the line. Of course, Money in the Bank grants its winner a future world championship opportunity. Imagine Joey Bacon as world champion. El Jefe here became world champion this season, winning the Royal Rumble, challenging the Bloody Brit back at Homecoming 3. Maybe it's Bacon's turn. Well, Marcantel launched back in the middle of the ring, and Joey Bacon showing us that he's got them hops now, going to the corner, telling Marcantel, bring it on, bitch. I just ate 10 hamburgers. I can go all night. Whoa! Bacon running right into the grasp of Marcantel, though, with that STO. You see Bacon continuing to try to get up to his feet. Not dying so easily. Now it's Marcantel who goes for a jumping cutter. Oh, big power bomb again delivered by Marcantel to the pin. 1, 2. Nope, just a 2 count. A jumping cutter. I don't know why these two keep going for so many jumping cutters. Marcantel literally collapsing after Bacon tossed him away. Then how about that belly-to-belly suplex? 1. Yeah. Hopefully this ring is doubly reinforced. Oh, bullhammer again comes out of nowhere, and the second dose has got to be enough to do it. 1, 2, 3. Marcantel is going to Money in the Bank as the 7th and final member. A second bullhammer to the side of the head of Marcantel is victorious, and Joey Bacon not going to be salty about it. It was a good match. The big man showing respect. Marcantel's going to Ascended 6. He's going to Money in the Bank. We actually got a couple of tweets during the course of that matchup, the first of which came from Josh Wolf, or Fenrir. He says, Britt, even with the head-splitting headache from our little fight, I am still stronger than you. Wolf kicked out of 3 revenges. Well, I'll kick out of 100 off. Strong words there by Fenrir towards the Alpha World Champion Chris Andrews, who is still set for action tonight. And the matchup that's actually after this one, taking on No Fun Martini. Of course, right now, we are going to get a first-time encounter as our new international champion, Brody Hallett, going to take on the Ultimate One, Matsuda Tanaka. Now, guys, a tweet from Britt says, I'll hit 101 then. Britt snapping back real quick. The clapback is real. Britt don't take no shit, we know that. Things have become very tense between Josh Wolf and Chris Andrews ever since Wolf allowed Fenrir to take over. Their friendship definitely strained. Britt trying to reason with the demented Wolf, but it didn't really work out in his favor. And there he is, ladies and gentlemen, our brand new CMV International Champion, the Tower of Dominance, Brody Halleck, who not only beat, dismantled, destroyed, ripped apart the previously thought to be unstoppable Dallas Steel at Purgatory. Steel hit, I think, one, maybe two moves in their match. And now, of course, Brody Halleck at Ascendant 6 in 3 weeks is set to take on Hannibal at the Greatest Stakes of All, a huge crossover matchup. If you don't know who Hannibal is, a legend in COH. We know about a month ago he said he was signing a deal to compete at Ascendant 6, and that in his contract he made sure that he had the ability to choose his opponent, General Manager Cass Smith giving him that right. And after Brody Halleck had defeated Dallas Steel at Purgatory, Hannibal made his pick. He said, I will be the man to finally defeat Hannibal, Hannibal said, I will finally be the man to defeat Brody Halleck. Halleck responded saying, you're nothing more to me than a big paycheck at Ascendant 6. That is most definitely going to be an awesome match. Brody Halleck's unbeaten streak in big-time jeopardy at the hands of Hannibal. Yeah, well, here comes Matsuda Tanaka, who has most definitely had himself a rough season. Started off hot can be, coming from RJPW, was still the television champion, went on a long unbeaten streak of his own, but something changed, something happened, and Tanaka has been unable to find himself celebrating a victory as of late. And perhaps his last opportunity to be featured at Ascendant 6 passed him by at Purgatory. He lost that Money in the Bank qualifier against Shaquan Shea. Well, most certainly this would be a big way to come back for the Dragon Slayer if he can beat Hannibal to the punch and be the first man to bring down the Tower of Dominance. So here we go, our third matchup of the evening. Brody Halleck takes on Matsuda Tanaka, and Tanaka right out of the gate with a tornado DDT to the international champion. Well, I was told, guys, a little bit of news for you that next week here on Genesis episode 136, since Brody Halleck will not be defending his international, big knee to the face, his international title at Ascendant 6, obviously, as he will be taking on Hannibal. The Tower of Dominance will make his first defense of the belt next week. And I'm sure it's going to make a lot of people happy. His challenger has been announced as none other than the former undisputed champion, Reese Matthews. So definitely be interested, because Brody Halleck, I think Reese Matthews was Halleck's first opponent when he came to this side of CMV and joined Genesis about 2.5 months ago. Brody Halleck obviously beat him, so Reese going to get a big chance at redemption and challenging Halleck for the international title. Reese is here tonight. He's going to be in the corner of Sam Valentine, who's in action against Jaquan Shea. So Halleck has got a lot of big hitters coming his way. Got to deal with Tanaka here. Got to deal with Reese Matthews next week, and at Ascendance, Hannibal. Look at that, right to the face. Early on, Tanaka is taking it to Halleck. Don't sleep on Tanaka. He's been struggling. He's on a losing streak, but he is still an incredibly talented superstar. Look at Halleck right there now, going back to his usual ways, bullying Tanaka, using his superior height and weight to look at, wow, there's that attitude as well. Brody Halleck ain't paid by the hour. We know he's in CMV for one reason and one reason only: to win championships and cash checks. Loves to have fun with his opponents as well, as we just saw right there. Brody Halleck now has Tanaka in the corner, going to Irish whip to the opposite side of the ring. We do have a tweet here, guys, from Billy Shaw, who says, now that I have an opportunity for the Anarchy Championship at Ascendance, I'm going to show those city slickers why they call me the Texan Dream. And whoa, Halleck, I don't know how he thinks up these ways to just obliterate his, who would think of that? A pendulum backbreaker on the top turnbuckle. Somehow Tanaka's moving. Not sure how that move didn't break his back in half. Shatter his spine to a million different pieces. And here comes Halleck. This is usually the prelude to the end. Tanaka started off so well. I thought maybe for a moment that we were seeing the Tanaka of old. Maybe we still are. One last-ditch effort. And look at Halleck again. A modified abdominal stretch. Wrenching on the leg as if a regular abdominal stretch isn't, rough enough. Tanaka going to escape it, though. Billy Shaw referencing the fact that earlier this week on Twitter, General Manager Castlewave announcing that at Ascendant 6, we're going to be getting a fatal four-way match for the Anarchy Championship, as champion D'Angelo Prince will be defending against Tyson Cage, Adam Finito, and Billy Shaw. Should definitely be an interesting matchup, but I'm a Shaw fan. Definitely looking forward to it. It seems like the Texan Dream is ready as he can be for that opportunity. Speaking of opportunities, Matsuda Tanaka doesn't get much better for him than this, but a cutthroat and Brody Halleck. Oh my God. Are you fucking kidding? What even is this? A modified torture rack now with Tanaka's arm wrapped around his own throat. Shaw, for some reason, Halleck, for some reason, seems to be wanting to tap Tanaka out in this match. Again, going for this modified abdominal stretch. That's going to be a rope break. Now, I don't know why Halleck is so focused on forcing Tanaka to submit. Maybe just trying to inflict as much pain as possible, but wasting too much time might cost him. Tanaka counters the backpack stunner, and now the ultimate one on the verge of a massive upset. Oh my God, wow. Brody Halleck, he ain't just some big dumb meathead. He is so well versed in that ring, ready for anything his opponents throw at him. And there it is, right to the hard camera. Vintage Halleck, backpack stunner. A message sent to Reese Matthews and a message sent to Hannibal. Oh, wow. Matsuda Tanaka kicking out of the backpack stunner. Not a whole lot of guys can say they've done that. Look at that, 300 plus pounds of Halleck now, right across the midsection, right down onto the ribs of Tanaka. Matsuda, though, that's one of the things I like most about him. Does not give up, never quits, even for the slump he's been in these past few months. He still goes out there and puts on amazing matches. It's just that he hasn't been the better man. Look at that, a little bit of strength showcase. Oh, wait a minute, Tanaka to the... guys, Tanaka brings his hands together across the ring, building it up. Bam! No, Halleck. Slick ass reversal, but Tanaka doesn't allow him to really capitalize off of it. Matsuda with the support of the CMV universe, rallying a comeback. Forearm smash again, ducks the clothesline. Pele kick, looks like Halleck was able to defend himself from most of that. Some of it still getting through though. Tanaka, pop up double boots under the chin. Matsuda, the knee is jerking. Tanaka for the upset of the century. Kinshasa, 1, 2. No, Brody Halleck enduring the knee to the jaw to kick out of that one what may have been a last-ditch effort by Tanaka. The biggest move in his arsenal, not enough to keep Halleck down. It's almost like it didn't even really phase Halleck. He's just walking around like he didn't just get hit in the face with a knee. Especially Tanaka coming from Japan. That strong style And there it is. Backpack stunner again. Probably one of the most debilitating maneuvers I've seen in my days of calling CMV action. And Tanaka is just another name crushed under the heel of Brody Halleck. The international champion given a fight here, but Tanaka not able to measure up. And Halleck, the Tower of Dominance, using Tanaka here as a message to Reese Matthews and especially to Hannibal. An unnecessary post-match attack. National champion wasn't enough for the Ultimate One. Well, I'm sure that Hannibal was watching that matchup and saw what just happened, and I have to bet that Reese Matthews was also tuning in. Matthews has experience against Halleck, though. Is he ready for... Can he pull off the impossible and become the new international champion? We'll have to wait and see, but up next, guys, we've got a big matchup I'm very excited to see. Just have water here. Alright guys, here we go. Let's get it on. Our fourth matchup of the evening for episode 135 of Saturday Night Genesis. And it is no fun allowed as the party policeman, No Fun Martini, makes his way to the ring for the biggest matchup of his CMV career. The former international champion set to take on our CMV Alpha World Champion, the Bloody Brick Chris Andrews, right here, right now. Of course, still to come, we've got what should be a very good matchup. Sam Valentine going to be taking on Jaquan Cho. We've got the Forsaken battling our new World Tag Team Champions, the ATL, and not to mention our main event, where Reese Ortiz takes on Dule Zaire, but there he is. The Bloody Brick, baby. Getting into a bit of Twitter exchange with Josh Wolfer Fenrir earlier tonight after Wolf had, of course, defeated John Reed in that hell of a showing. Wolf saying you're going to need 1,000 revenges in order to put me down in Ascendant 6. Britt said, I'll hit 1,001. In his home country, the United Kingdom is going to emanate live from Wembley Stadium. Chris Andrews main events his second straight Ascendance. 5 months he has held the Alpha World Championship. Of course, that beautiful new Alpha World Championship with the names of all the past champions on the side plates, carrying with it all the prestige, all that history that Andrews has definitely left his mark on. Question is, will he walk into the Ascendant 6-man event and walk out still Alpha World Champion? Walked into the main event Ascendance last year, but did not walk out with the title. Of course, it was him versus Paul Devine for the vacant Undisputed Championship. Paul Devine got the better of him on that night. talked about it a little bit earlier, how Josh Wolf and Britt have only fought once before. Josh Wolf won that encounter, but Britt has experience in Ironman matches. Josh Wolf does not. Britt has been in 2 Ironman matches. He's won both of them. One of them even had to get called short. It was stopped by the referee because Britt was beating his opponent so badly. You know that Andrews is going to be out for blood to try to match the momentum that Josh Wolf picked up earlier tonight, but no fun Martini. Certainly nobody to scoff at. Former international champion and one of these 7 men who will compete in the Money in the Bank ladder match at Ascendant 6. We did get a tweet a few moments ago. What up, Haven, by the way? My friend did not see you dropping here. From Reese Matthews, guys. He says, I'm not scared of this sour, stale, rank, putrid, foul, rotten, fetid, stinking, malodorous, noxious, revolting, sickening cave troll. Some of those words, I don't even know what they mean. Reese Matthews whipping out the old Webster dictionary to hurl them insults at Brody Halleck. Well, I'd say that Reese should be scared of Brody Halleck, because the last time they stepped in the ring together, it did not go Matthews' way. The International Championship on the line, perhaps it's a bit more incentive for the former undisputed champion to get the job done. Of course, Reese is currently not scheduled to even compete at Ascendant 6. His tag team partner, Sam Valentine, is a part of Money in the Bank, but Reese Matthews, it might be his last chance to get on the Ascendance card by beating Halleck next week. If he does not, I'm not too sure what exactly Reese will be doing come the show of shows. Right now, though, Martini in control, but Britt gonna battle back with a punch to the midsection. Like I briefly touched on, this is no doubt the biggest match in Martini's career. If he can knock off the current Alpha World Champion, man, that would go a long way in building up that all-important momentum heading into the Money in the Bank ladder match. Irish over to the corner. Britt, of course, has a lot of experience in ladder matches. Just earlier this season, won an 8-man ladder match at Death Wish to become international champion. Of course, it was Martini who then defeated Britt to win the international championship, though it was in a triple threat where I believe Martini actually eliminated both Knox and Britt, a little bit of a botched crossbody. So these two have a minuscule history among them. No real bad blood, though. Forearm smash there. Britt gonna step out towards the center of the ring. Andrews now with a belly-to-belly. And there you go, flipping off the turnbuckle. Doesn't like that specific corner, I guess. Don't know what it did to Britt. Perhaps Chris Benoit's ghost is hanging out over there. Oh, Andrews just smashing Martini neck first into that top turnbuckle. Escapes the waistlock. Punch to the back of the head. Misses the grapple, though. Calculations were not on point there. Cross-arm neckbreaker certainly was, though. Martini is such a skilled competitor. Honestly, I think a lot of people sleep on the party policeman, and his attitude could definitely use some adjusting. I wouldn't say he's a fun guy to be around, but there's no fun allowed around him. When he's in that ring, Martini is hot to handle. Britt doing a pretty good job, though. Coming back at him, crossbody and a flurry of lefts and rights to follow through. Goes to the pin and only gets a 1 count. Goes for a kick down, but moves out of the way. Martini with a forearm smash to the lower back. Then gonna try to maybe finish Britt off, but the Alpha World Champion says, too quick for you. Wrong time to taunt, my friend. Discus your clothesline. We know how Britt loves his discuses in all things threes. Now he's looking to show us how much he loves that cliffhanger, the catapult German suplex, but instead Martini gets off a clothesline, another clothesline, ducks a clothesline, and a tilt-a-whirl single knee backbreaker. Grabs the back of the head. Martini leaning Andrews up against the ropes. Certainly nothing joyous plan here, using that top rope to choke out Andrews, then slingshotting him back into the center of the ring. Britt dazed and confused, stunned. Martini capitalizes on that. Swinging reverse STO. And Martini, instead of continuing the attack and trying to finish the Outworld champion off, lets his inexperience get to him. His inexperience against tougher opponents and in bigger matches like this. That allows Andrews to recuperate, counter, and he's going for revenge! And just like that, thanks for coming, Martini. 1, 2, 3. Chris Andrews is victorious, man. Martini could have had the win, but he took his eye off the ball, and the veteran Britt showed him what's what. Spicy ending indeed there. That was pretty spicy. Hopefully Martini can learn from that mistake. He had Britt beat, but instead of going for the pin or, following up, hitting a bigger maneuver, he decided to taunt the CM Universe. Andrews made him pay the bloody for by Martini. We'll see how the party policeman fares in Money in the Bank. Sorry about that, babes. Getting a quick drink. We are here live on Genesis episode 135, and it is now time for our very main event of the evening, as we will see Money in the Bank competitors Sam Valentine and Jaquan Shea step out of the ring against each other for the first time ever. Well, it has the potential to be a show stealer. Of course, the Dream backed up by his tag team partner, good buddy pal, Reese Matthews, who set for action next week, challenging Brody Halleck for the International Championship. Matthews tweeting out earlier saying he is not afraid of the cave troll that is Halleck. Can Matthews do the unthinkable and become the new international champion? After what we saw Halleck do earlier tonight to Matsuda Tanaka, I'm not entirely sure that Reese Matthews is going to be the one to finally take down the Tower of Dominance. But I've been wrong before. I'm just going on what's happened, in the past. I'm going off of history. Halleck has beaten Matthews. Of course, we'll talk more about that next week, because right now, it is the Dream, Sam Valentine, that graces our screens. Sammy boy graciously being given a spot in the Money in the Bank ladder match, did not have to qualify after pinning Outworld champion Chris Andrews, and then the following week pinning Josh Wolf. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm actually wrong. Sam Valentine he pinned Chris Andrews twice in 2 weeks. Beat him in the tag match, and then pinned him in a one-on-one bout. Sorry, I keep going silent. My throat, bit scratchy. Trying to stay hydrated, all right? So here comes the former two-time CMV Anarchy champion Jaquan Shea, who bested Matsuda Tanaka in a 2-out-of-3 falls match at Purgatory in order to earn his Money in the Bank ladder match spot. The complete lineup of Money in the Bank now set after Marcantel defeated Joey Bacon earlier tonight. El Jefe, Noble Martini, Kevin Slivers, Jaquan Shea, Sam Valentine, Tim LaFave, and Marcantel will be the lineup for that matchup that will grace the winner with an opportunity to become world champion. That contract they can cash in anytime, anywhere, for a championship opportunity. And we went over it a little bit earlier. Now that Marcantel has joined the playing field, it is the only two members that have prior experience in a Money in the Bank ladder match are Tim LaFave and Marcantel. They both competed in one. Tim LaFave 2 years ago at Battle Scars 2, Marcantel at last year's Battle Scars. Though we also glossed over how the other competitors have ladder match experience. Sam Valentine, I'd probably say, has the most ladder match experience. Has competed in a good few. So has El Jefe. Don't believe Jaquan Shea ever has. Beautiful dropkick there and an early pin attempt. Slammed down into a lateral press as Reese Matthews watches on ringside. Up next, guys, in our co-main event, the Forsaken are back in action, as they will be taking on our brand new World Tag Team Champions, the ATL. Very excited matchup. I am looking forward to that. It's actually a rematch from a couple of months ago. And look at that, Reese Matthews not wasting too long to get himself involved in this matchup, distracting Jaquan Shea, allowing Sam Valentine to try and capitalize, but Jaquan Shea going to break free. Ooh, nice back elbow on the rebound. Stomped down onto the arm as well. And of course, in our main event, we are going to be seeing Reese Ortiz go one-on-one with Dule Zaire. Originally was slated to go up against Brett Angel, but we'll talk about why that is no longer happening. Sam Valentine deciding to run the ropes, juking us out there. I believe it was a part of a 6-man ladder match last season to decide a number one contender for the light heavyweight title. I might not have been a part of that. I feel like he was, though. I have no idea what episode that was on, so would not be able to really confirm, but I feel like he had. Oh, nice spear by Sam Valentine. And meanwhile, you see Reese Matthews skulking around the ringside area. Tosses in a steel chair, and there's that unmatched. That's why I think Jaquan Shea probably has the best odds heading into Money in the Bank. So incredibly athletic and agile. He's going to be able to get up the ladders really quick. I think he's probably going to be the quickest man in the match. But then you've got someone who's, going to bring the power to game, like Marketel. Will that help him? And he's bigger. He'll be able to get up the ladder easier. Less steps. There we go. Sam Valentine hitting the mini blockbuster that time. Elbow drop the follow through. You've got, a luchador like El Jefe. How will he fare? Then you got your well-rounded superstars like No Fun Martini and Kevin Silva. Kevin Silva, submission expert. Don't think that's really going to aid him a whole lot in a ladder match. And then, of course, Sam Valentine and Tim LaFave, really more mat-based competitors. There you got an atomic drop. Then, wow, Sam Valentine did not sell that drop kick at all. Not about that life was the dream. That steel chair still sitting on the apron. Referee Perry White has not seen it yet. Big old clothesline in the corner. Going to squash Jaquan Shea, the two-time Anarchy champion, falling like a sack of stone. Sam Valentine not done yet. Great night of action it's been here on Genesis episode 135 so far. Ooh, a nice forearm smash right there. Jaquan Shea then going to launch himself back into the ring. Hurricane Rana. The best Hurricane Rana in the game, if you want my opinion, my take. I'll tell it to you. Jaquan Shea now pandering to the CMV universe, the legion of fans in attendance here, but we just saw No Fun Martini make that same mistake. I'm not going to call Jaquan Shea a rookie, but definitely more inexperienced than Sam Valentine is. That was the downfall of Martini against the Brit. Will it be the downfall of Shea here against the Dream? Nice teardrop suplex. And there's Reese Matthews again, getting involved, distracting Jaquan Shea, allowing Sam Valentine to try and get back up to a vertical base. Referee Perry White being very lenient with Matthews. Jaquan Shea telling Reese to get in the ring if he wants some. And look at that now, Sam Valentine catches him up in a small package. 1, 2, but just a 2 count. Jaquan got to stay focused. Valentine momentarily basking in his own glory. Clothesline. Clothesline again. Clothesline a third time. Jaquan Shea back into the corner. Valentine not giving him a reprieve, though. We know exactly what he's looking for here. That shotgun drop kick. The back of Jaquan's head just whipping off that second turnbuckle. He just gets right back up to his feet like he didn't even feel it. Like it ain't no thing but a chicken wing. Overhand punch connects. Nice counter into a snap dragon suplex, bridge to pin, but just a 1 count. Jaquan trying his best to stay alive here, but having a tough go of it. Oh! From that angle, it was hard to tell. It kind of looked like that DDT might have landed on the steel chair. I don't think so, though. And now the Kiwi Crusher's coming into effect. That final kick going to be delivered right to the back of the head. Down goes Sam Valentine, and Jaquan Shea, no wasted breath, goes for his brain buster, but Sam catches a kick to the gut and floors him with a hellacious clothesline, chopping him down to size. My goodness. Scoop slam, Jaquan Shea drops down though, punch to the back of the head. Kick to the gut now. And Jaquan, Mazda. A hook in the leg, 1, 2. Just a 2 count. Reese Matthews ringside was trying to rally the fans to support Sam. Don't know that that's going to happen. It might have been wasting his time. Jaquan now takes a risk through the air. Elbow drop to the dick. Don't know if that's entirely legal. Referee Perry White been very lenient with Reese Matthews, though, so it's only fair he give Jaquan Shea a bit of leeway. Oh, no. We've seen Sam hit this before. Curb stomp. And just like that, hook up the leg. 1, 2, 3. Sam Valentine. No hard feelings, it would seem. Jaquan Shea, an admirable competitor, showing some sportsmanship. Matthews just dipped. Sorry about that, guys. I dipped myself just momentarily. All right, let's keep the show rolling. 'Tis time for our co-main event of the evening. Been a great episode so far here for now Saturday Night Genesis, as it will be from here on out. And we kick. Ooh, sorry. What the hell is that? God damn it. I always have a hair in my mouth. Gotta stop sucking so much dick right before I stream, but here they come, the Forsaken make their way to the ring, and it is most definitely a big opportunity they are being presented with here as they take on our new World Tag Team Champions in this non-title match. And certainly there's been a lot of talk throughout the CM universe as to who should be the ones to challenge the ATL with the titles at weeks, and perhaps the Youngs, being it Uriel Wick and Azrael Kane, who are most definitely a hell of a tag team that have previously defeated the ATL. It was one of their first matches when they debuted in CMV a few months ago. And you have to note that the ATL were only in the World Tag Team title match at Purgatory because the Forsaken pulled out at the last second, saying they didn't feel as though they were yet worthy of becoming World Tag Team Champions. It was originally slated to be the Forsaken versus Brûlé for the belts, but then the Forsaken dropped out, the ATL filled in, and then of course Brett Angel was attacked backstage by the Good Brothers, so it ended up being a handicap match. It was the ATL versus Dule Zaire to crown new champions, and well, obviously, as you can see, the ATL walking out of St. Louis, Missouri as the brand new tag team champions. Let's see how their first night with the belts goes, if they can try to even the score here with the Forsaken. The ATL certainly did not mind taking that championship opportunity. You know, the Forsaken caught a lot of flack, actually, even from some in the Genesis locker room, saying that they were idiots for dropping such an opportunity. Perhaps they're now regretting it, but the chance to get back on track is surely, if they can defeat the champions here in this non-title matchup, there'll be no doubt they deserve to be the ones to go up against the ATL at the show of shows. Instead of coming on main event, guys, Reese Ortiz going to be going one-on-one with Dule Zaire. See how Zaire is feeling after Purgatory against a man that he actually once tagged with for a while. And supposed to be Ortiz versus Angel tonight, but a horrific attack that ensued at the top of the show. Well, we'll talk about it more after this matchup. Backbreaker right there. This is Malcolm Fry in the ring. Russian leg sweep to follow up. The ATL well-oiled machine making history at Purgatory when they won the World Tag Team Champions, as they are the first and, well, will be the last ever, seeing as the Fusion Tag Team titles are now defunct. The only team to ever hold the Fusion Tag Team titles and the World Tag Team titles. Well, certainly I'd say that beating the champions would give you a sense that you've earned a shot at the championship. You know, if I'm thinking from the perspective of the Forsaken, they currently feel as though they don't deserve a shot at the titles. If they beat the champions, I'd say that they feel worthy. Well, snap German suplex there from Uriel Wick to Deshaun Porter now. Doesn't even get a 1 count. Can only sell a little bit, Deshaun. I mean, come on. Hobo down onto the top of the head. Uriel Wick now. Oh, no. This is not good for Porter. Wick almost mockingly brings Deshaun up to his feet. The boot up under the chin and then the heel to the temple. 1, 2. A 2 count only, however. Porter able to stick in it, keep the ATL alive. Tag now to the massive Azrael Kane, and this guy is just enormous. Gargantuan. Porter severely outside. Porter's like, I'm fuck that. Tag to Malcolm Fry. Didn't want to deal with any of that garbage. Malcolm, though, comes in just to get tossed out of that suplex. My God. Now fireman's carry overhead. Not having any of that, though. Brought up into a seated position, only to be dropped down with a reverse DDT. Ooh, nicely done there, though. That's what makes me an ATL fan. I'm kind of personally conflicted. I love both of these tag teams. Oh my God, headbutt. But if you're a man who likes to rely on history to judge the future, then the Forsaken have beaten the ATL. And the Forsaken have only ever been beaten once. That was, of course, by the Good Brothers in a title match last month. The ATL themselves, though, have only ever been beaten 4 times. In their CMV career. Oh, but it might about to be 5. God's eye. They call that into the pin. Azrael Kane stopping Deshaun Porter. Goodbye. But wow, not a 3 count. It is Fry now who shows off his resiliency, and up to the top rope goes Uriel Wick, certainly the more wily of the Forsaken, the more willing to take a risk. Perched up high, flying through the air for a simple brain chop, but so simple that Malcolm able to easily counter it, just sidestepping. Counter by Malcolm. Russian leg sweep. Now has Wick exactly where he wants him. This is not good for Uriel Wick. Death Valley driver out of the pump handle setup. The World Tag Team Champions are going to kick off their reign with a sweet win. But it will not be enough. Not just yet. Burst of energy for Malcolm Fry. Shot out there. I honestly can't tell you whose side the fans are on. Seems like they might be a bit split. Trio of clotheslines. Uriel Wick desperately looks for refuge in the corner. Not going to find it, though. Fry slowly but surely approaches, only to get countered. Wasted too much time, but there you go. Counters Wick's moving over into a nice takedown. And a shot to the shoulder. Quickly rolls out of the way. Uriel Wick's speed, man. It's tough to keep up with. But in that corner, tag to Deshaun Porter, the ATL, the World Tag Team Champions. How they won the titles against Dulles Air and Purgatory. Enziguri high knee, Northern Light suplex. Shot off on all cylinders. 1, 2. No, just a 2 count. Somehow Wick stays alive. Deshaun Porter's like, nah, fam, let me try this again real quick. Still only gets a 2 count as Deshaun tries to continue his attack. Malcolm Fry knocking Azrael Kane off the apron. The Giant quickly recuperating, however. Knee to the gut, kick across the chest, elbow to the side of the head, kicks out the knee, and a knee to the side of the head. Man, these two teams, a million miles a minute, but it looks like Porter might be out of it. 1, 2, just a 2 count still. What's it going to take? I mean, if I recall correctly, the last time these two teams fought, it wasn't very back and forth. It was more one-sided, obviously, in the favor of the Forsaken. Now a shoulder tackle, or rather a block in again. There you go. Porter comes to, tossing Wick out onto the apron, but Wick, so quick, like a lightning up to the top rope, double axe handle with Malcolm Fry down on the outside. Porter's all by himself, and the Forsaken are looking to capitalize. Can they name themselves #1 contenders? Looking to seal the deal. God's eye. Into the pin. No Malcolm Fry to save Deshaun Porter. 1, 2, and even still. Well, what's going on here now? Oh boy. A bit of that voodoo. A bit of that Stevie Wizard magic. Floater neckbreaker. Well, the ATL definitely have seemed to improved since the last time they fought the Forsaken. Not going down so easily. They are the World Tag Team Champions now. They have a sort of prestige to live up to. They can't be going out here and losing in 5 seconds. Oh, the question is, though, will they lose it all, or can they even things up? Nice knee to the gut. Backs Azrael Kane into the corner. That seems to be exactly where Porter wants him. Scaling up to the top rope for the world's greatest moonsault. And I'll say Deshaun Porter has a hell of a moonsault. Irish over to the corner. Tagged to Malcolm. The Giant gonna get chopped down. Enziguri, high knee again. They switch places. It's Fry who looks to bring it home with the Northern Lights. Hooks the leg for the pin. 1, 2. No, Kane kicks out. And the ATL don't want to accept it. That is by far the biggest maneuver in their arsenal. And for the Forsaken to keep kicking out of it. The ATL keep kicking out of God's Eye too, though. There goes Fry. I'd say the more technical of the ATL. You'll mostly see Deshaun going off the top rope and springboarding. Well, Malcolm showing us he's not beyond it. And then an elbow drop as he rebounds off the ropes. Brought up, reverse DDT. Fry doing a very good job currently of trying to keep Azrael Kane grounded, work on him from there. Of course, Kane can't throw around his incredible size and weight. But Kane gets back to his feet now. Forearm smash right to the chest. Fry quicker on the draw there to deflect whatever Azrael Kane was going for. Goes for a slapper across the face. Not having that is Kane. Sit out choke by Mamma Mia. Oh, and here we go. The Forsaken have had just about enough. Oh, twisting slam into the canvas. 1, 2. What the hell, dude? Not both these teams will not stay down. Oh, and now resorted to taking out referee Parrott. Look how he my bad. Making sure when White regains consciousness that he's not disqualified. Or at least Uriel Wick can take all the time he needs to get out of the ring, not at risk of getting disqualified by the ref. What the fuck is my God. Running, tossing crucifix powerbomb. The Forsaken are unlike anything I've ever seen. Well, Kane's looking to seal the deal again, but White's down and starting to regain consciousness now. 1, 2, 3, and finally, it is enough. The Forsaken victorious again over the ATL. Just defeating the champs. Clean once more. And is there any doubt now that it should be the Forsaken to challenge the ATL for the titles at Ascendant 6? The ATL set their game for anybody to come their way and challenge them for the gold. The Forsaken have proved twice now that they are better than our World Tag Team Champions. We'll have to wait to hear the official word from General Manager Castle. If I was in control, though, I would definitely say the Forsaken deserve that opportunity. They've earned it now. They should feel as though they've earned it. What a match, though. A lot more back and forth than their first encounter. The ATL adapted. They learned from their mistakes. Maybe they can do that again to become better and best the Forsaken when it matters most. Only time will tell, as they say. right, my fine feathered friends. It is now time for our main event of the evening, as we have got the 4th annual CMV Cyborg Invitational winner, Reese Ortiz, in action. Was originally supposed to be taking on Brett Angel here with the Good Brothers in his corner, but at the top of the show, it was a beatdown, the likes of which I honestly have never seen before. Xander Slate and Randy Borton were being interviewed by Lisa Evans, and they touched on how they were behind the attack on Brett Angel at Purgatory. Of course, the attack that took Angel out of action forced Dule Zaire to go up against the ATL solo with the World Tag Team titles on the line. Obviously, ATL ended up defeating him, as we just saw, that the new champions, losing to the Forsaken in our co-main event. But Xander Slate, Randy Borton, they said that they do not recognize the ATL as the World Tag Team champions, and they were not about to allow Brule, a team they've beaten 5 times, to take the World Tag Team titles and become champions, because you got to recall that Castle Fave stripped the Good Brothers of the World Tag Team titles. Slate and Borton feeling as though Brule were no more deserving than they were, and certainly not the ATL, a team that the Good Brothers have also beaten multiple times. So they took it upon themselves to take out Angel, ensure that their rivals did not walk out of Purgatory as champions. But then Xander Slate just had to take it one step further, and doing the thing that you should never do. Honestly, has to be one of the 10 commandments in CMV. Do not talk about Brett Angel's wife. His wife that, of course, passed away, Rosemary. Xander Slate brought her up, talked about her, and Brett Angel snapped. Absolutely demolished Xander Slate and Randy Borton, but specifically Slate, to the point where Slate is not here. He's been taken to a local medical facility. Borton able to recuperate in time in order to be here in the corner of Ortiz, but after Brett Angel got done with Xander Slate, man, he looked like a mangled mess, and obviously Angel had to, not in the right mind to compete here, and so gave the helm, if you will, to Dule Zaire, who takes on Reese Ortiz in his place. This fight immediately, interestingly enough, taken to the outside. A little bit of history between these two. Reese Ortiz and Dule Zaire actually at one point earlier this season challenged the Good Brothers for the World Tag Team titles. It was a very interesting time where Dule Zaire and Reese Ortiz defeated the team of Adam Scott and Brett Angel, where the winning team would challenge the Good Brothers for the titles. It was Ortiz and Zaire who won. They went on, but were unsuccessful in challenging Slate and Borton for the belts. They met in the Cyborg Invitational, where Ortiz defeated Zaire, so now it's the opportunity for Zaire to get that win back. Reese Ortiz now aligned himself with the Good Brothers in the hashtag No Confidence movement. Nice catchphrase there by Dule. Stomp down onto the back of the head. Zaire now lines up his shot for a rolling neck snap here at our main event of Genesis number 135. Goes for the pin. Does Zaire one? Only a 1 count. Not even a 1 count. Got a little bit ahead of myself. Ortiz escaping the clutches of that head scissors. Of course, it's Ortiz who feels as though it should be him in the main event of Ascendant 6, challenging Chris Sanchez to the Alpha World Championship. Just like a lot of others, Xander Slate, Randy Borton, Kevin Silva, so on, and a lot of fans of the mindset that Josh Wolf is undeserving of his spot in the main event of Ascendant 6 and fighting for the World Championship. And Ortiz is definitely the biggest proponent of the movement, seeing as though he's beaten Josh Wolf before. But Reese Ortiz had he had 2 opportunities at Chris Andrews. Twice they fought one-on-one. Once for the belt. It was back in Cause Effect 3. Both times, Chris Andrews beat Reese Ortiz. It's just like Marketal touched on. Really, this hashtag no confidence movement is just a bunch of guys whining because they're not given these certain opportunities. If I'm just, voicing my opinion, I'm just one guy over here behind the desk, with my Mountain Dew. Overhand punch to the top of the head. But now Zaire being taken for a walk, lean up against the ropes. Ortiz has something cooked up here. Cross body going to send both men tumbling down to the outside. That is a risky maneuver, especially with nobody watching Zaire's back and Borton skulking around. Oh! Mamma mia! Dooley Zaire has got some testicular fortitude in order for that maneuver to have not just completely ended this matchup right there. Dropped nether region first on the security wall, but now Ortiz is paying for it, just eating these super kicks. You see Borton contemplating getting involved, but if he does, he could risk the disqualification. We're at a count of 7 here, by the way, and an air raid siren neckbreaker gonna take Ortiz out. Zaire rushes back into the ring to ensure he's not counted out, then breaks the count. Doesn't want to win by nefarious means. Well, that is a devastating enough maneuver when inside of the ring on the outside where those pads offer little to no protection against the concrete that lies beneath. Dooley Zaire's neck may have just snapped into a dozen pieces. Count of 5, Ortiz brings this fight, right at the count of 6 brings the fight back into the ring. Going for a snap in the leg, those thick thighs of Dooley Zaire. Zaire is a thick boy, but as we always talk about, don't let that fool ya. He is quite an athletic superstar. Speaking of athletic, Ortiz with a random backflip. Ortiz, I'm sure, competing so well here right now. Probably the best I've seen him compete since the Invitational because he doesn't have to worry about his ex-husband Adam Scott after he and Xander Slate, beat the bloody hell out of Scott at Purgatory. Scott's not here tonight. I don't know exactly when he's scheduled to return, but... Oh! Going for his Helluva kick! Zaire knows him a tad bit too well, though. Able to catch it. Oh, now what is this? Rolling. Oh, rolling body splash. Thought he was going for a rolling thunder for a moment. And look at this. Randy Borton ringside distracting referee Perry White, trying to give Reese Ortiz some edge. Doesn't seem to be helping out, though. Oh, no. And there's Borton now distracting Zaire. Borton and Zaire are certainly no friends. Randy Borton, tag team partners with the man that destroyed Zaire's bar. Zaire, I think, may have just gone for the last laugh. Reese Ortiz pulls off a TKO while Borton throws in a steel chair. Referee Perry White completely oblivious to that as he was busy taking the pin. Only a 2 count off the TKO. No mind for Ortiz, though, who goes right back on the attack. Laser focus. Knee to the gut, kick to the chest, elbow to the side of the head, kicks out the knee to the side of the head. Zaire's busted open. It doesn't go for the pin. Zaire is already gushing blood. Face is drenched. But we've seen before, Zaire, man, no quitter. Referee Perry White finally uses his eyeballs to detect the fact that the steel chair was in the ring. Zaire is not about to go to the outside and risk Ortiz pulling them dirty heel tactics to knock him out via count out. Just as I say that, Zaire is going to do just that. Reverse DDT down out of the knee. The referee's count has been reset. Count of 2 and a drop kick to the back of the neck. Stomped down onto the arm. Zaire having his way with Reese Ortiz right now. If you ask me, wasting a lot of time. Should get him into the ring. Try to finish him off with the last laugh. Now it's Ortiz who tosses Zaire into the ring. Reese Ortiz right after him. Not giving him a moment's rest. Hook to the jaw. from behind. Nice inverted power slam to the pin as well. 1, 2. I don't even think that was actually a 2 count. Overzealous on my part. Oh, and Zaire reeling Ortiz in for a wayside slam. Looking for that victory out of nowhere. Just about gets it, but not quite enough. Ortiz looks like he's out of it. This is the perfect opportunity for Zaire, who goes and taunts right in Morton's face. Thriving on the energy of the CM universe without Brett Angel to back him up. Zaire is on his own, but he's hanging in there, and even more than that. Might be walking out with the victory. Ortiz has no idea what's coming his way. On spaghetti legs, Zaire from behind goes for the last lap, but again Ortiz. Well scouted, saw it coming. Counters with a couple elbows to the side of the head. And a shoulder thrust. Belly to belly combination. Never seen that before from Ortiz. Hooks the thick ass thigh. Only gets a 2 count though. Hands on his hips, Ortiz. He is running on empty. These two always manage to put on bangers from the ring together, but this might be the end. Helluva kick. I can't. These two guys, man, it's the fact that they know each other too well. They can't hit off their biggest moves. Twice, Zaire has countered the Helluva kick. Twice, Ortiz has countered the last laugh. Pump handle suplex. Will that do any good for Zaire? Drags Ortiz out by one arm to the center of the ring. Pops him up. Rolling neck snap. And Zaire gonna try. You know what they say, third time's the charm. Can he finally get the job done? The last laugh. Ortiz. That's gonna be a rope break though. Bad positioning for Zaire. Finally gets it off, but unable to make the pin. Drop toe hold. Ortiz lets out a shout. He's feeling it, baby. He's feeling it. Clothesline. Double forearm smash. Roll through. Boot to the side of the head. Zaire continuing to bleed from that cut on his forehead, mind you. Still leaking like a faucet. Oh my God. Counter the Helluva kick a third time. Power slam, or rather, a T-bone. To be more accurate. More precise. Zaire does love his rolling neck snaps. Man, if Ortiz can't get off that Helluva kick, he can't win this match. If he can't win this match, then it is a moot point. Zaire gonna cap off this awesome episode of Genesis with a much-needed victory for he and Angel. Of course, it's been announced at Ascended 6. The Good Brothers versus Brule once again. The tension between Xander Slade and Brett Angel has reached a boiling point, as we saw earlier tonight. Who knows where the hell Brett Angel went? Xander Slade laid up in a hospital somewhere. I gotta sneeze. Oh no. Achoo! 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 Excuse me. Stop to the chest by Rest. Just what this main event needed. Some dashing sneezes. Knee to the midsection. Zaire does not quit at this point. They're just going back and forth, grasping at straws. Shoulders slumped, drenched in sweat. Zaire busted open, running on fumes. That fucking leaping lariat nearly didn't catch him. Hooks the leg. 1, 2, only a 2 count. Ortiz now grabs Zaire by his beard, lifts him up, TKO again. Springboard leg drop to make sure the job is done, like the cherry on top. Ortiz takes a big breath in, everything he can muster for a final shot. Zaire has absolutely no idea where he is. That's good news for Ortiz, or maybe playing possum. What is this now? Oh! Butterfly lung blower. Double knees to the chest. 1, 2. I don't know if there's anything these guys can do to each other they haven't already done. They've tried absolutely everything in their respective arsenals. If Ortiz could just get off that Helluva kick, but Zaire just not allowing it. DDT, and Ortiz gives the, oh my God, are you kidding me? What the hell, dude? Amazing. And the third TKO stands for total knockout. And Ortiz wants to ensure that's the fact. Knee to the gut, kick to the chest, over to the side of the head, kicks out the knee, knee to the side of the head. Absolutely destroyed. And Ortiz gets the win finally. What a no. Get out of here. No. What a matchup. Reese Ortiz celebrates the win. Don't trust him, Zaire. Fanning a handshake. How could you trust Reese Ortiz? I think this is all a distraction. Went forward with this to do it. Go. Distraction. Bourne entering the ring, and the steel chair right to the back of Zaire's head. How could Zaire be so foolish? Perhaps letting old emotions get the better of him there. Ortiz feigning sportsmanship, or with the head. And one. So today, CMV, we are on Xbox One. Exclamation point join in the chat will give you a link to our website, cmvwrestling.com. Exclamation point Twitter, exclamation point join, exclamation point Twitter, exclamation point Discord. We'll give you links to our social medias. And I will catch you guys on Monday for Fusion as we continue the build. Just 2 weeks now. 2 weeks! 2 Saturdays. Until 6. I'm hype. Hope you're hype. I will see you guys when I see you. Toodles.